Always think safety first. Do not operate or work on your machine without reading and understanding the operator and installation manuals. In this video, we will discuss the following: when to conduct a spread pattern test, what affects your spread pattern, what you will need to conduct a spread pattern test, what to do before getting started, how to perform a spread pattern test, and how to identify different patterns and proper adjustments. So, when should you conduct a spread pattern test? Prior to each season, after any spreader maintenance, periodically throughout the season, if there is a noticeable change to the product, and with any new product. What can affect your spread pattern? Weather conditions, spinner speed, material characteristics, alignment of your G4 spinner assembly and components, the overall alignment and condition of the chain shields. What will you need to conduct a spread pattern test? You will need spread pattern kit, part number 300508, an area 120 foot by 400 foot with a slope of less than 2 degrees and a wind velocity of less than 5 miles an hour. What you need to do before getting started with your spread pattern. Load material into all bins, but be sure to test each bin separately. Set and verify your feed gate height. Test your product using the SGN and crush strength test kit, part number 308907. Now set your starting spinner speed and swath width using the chart provided. Measure your product density. Now verify the in-cab controller has the correct settings for density, spinner speed, swath width, and feed gate height. Adjust your starting spinner position based off the quick reference chart provided. Now you are ready to perform a spread pattern test. First, lay out the rope. Next, place collection trays at each marking on the rope. Now place 2 flags, one 75 feet prior to the collection trays and one 75 feet after the collection trays. These flags tell the operator when to turn the conveyor on and when to turn the conveyor off. Now drive over the collection trays. Be sure to straddle the center collection tray. Start collecting the material, beginning at one end and work your way towards the opposite end. Be sure to document your results. When making adjustments, be sure to make only one adjustment at a time. Repeat this process until a desirable spread pattern is attained. It is recommended you pattern test at both the low rates and at the high rates you plan on applying. Identifying spread pattern results and proper adjustments. This spread pattern represents a pattern that is high in the center. For this type of pattern, it is recommended to move the spinner assembly forward until a desirable spread pattern is attained. This spread pattern represents a pattern that is low in the center. For this type of pattern, it is recommended to move the spinner assembly rearward until a desirable spread pattern is attained. This spread pattern represents a W pattern. For this type of pattern, it is recommended to check spinner blade quality and replace as needed. This spread pattern represents a pattern that is off-center. For this type of pattern, it is recommended to center and square your G4 spinner assembly and corresponding components. This spread pattern represents an acceptable pattern. To identify your optimum swath width, simply identify the area between the 0 foot mark or center tube to where the pattern drops in half. For more information and safety instructions, reference the operator and parts manual at highwayequipment.com.